Coming up, we take a look at the new flex spaces, head custodian Alice Gallegos, and football's first win. This is Hawk TV for Friday, September 18th, 2015. Good morning, Hebron High School. I'm Spencer Rojas. Last year, Chris Bright donated the resources to build new flexible spaces for the school.
At the Flower Mound 9th grade center, they had just opened up and they had provided a bunch of those spaces as well, so I kind of got a feeling of what type of furniture they used. And we wanted to just make it comfortable, but something that someone would use, and it would allow that innovation to occur.
Through these spaces, the hope is to allow students and teachers to be creative with their lesson plans and classwork.
I would say that for many years now with 21st century learners, students have been learning in flexible spaces, and so we really wanted to create a space that provided that, where teachers could kind of think outside the box, allow more sense of freedom with their lessons, involve creativity.
I'm a very visual learner, so being able to see it all on the screens really helps me to be able to learn the concepts. And it's really easy to be able to connect our technology up to the screens and just be able to present it to the class, all of our hard work.
Being able to use technology is viewed as a way to prepare for the 21st century workforce.
I really like how they're allowing us to be able to use all this really cool technology so that whenever we go into the real world later on, we're going to be really prepared with all the technology that's out there.
Even with limited room, the plan is to create more flexible spaces to allow students to learn for the 21st century. Every year, Cheer raises money to donate to the Susan G. Komen Foundation or a deserving person fighting breast cancer. Sophia Kraft gives us a story about last year's recipient.
We set up cafeterias for events and,
Since the school's opening in 1999, head custodian Alice Gallegos takes pride in providing a clean facility for students to learn.
I like to be around students, and I like to have the building clean and a safe environment for all the students. And I see this school like my second home. I'm always here very early and very late, and if I am at home, I'm always thinking of work.
Last July, Gallegos was diagnosed with stage 3 breast cancer.
I remember all my family, they were with me, called me every day.
Gallegos took 1 month leave in order to focus on her treatments. To help offset costs, choir director Rachel Forrester suggested to cheer coach Danielle Trepanier about supporting Gallegos during the annual Big Blue Goes Pink fundraiser.
I thought it was a great idea. The expenses for cancer can be astronomical, and Alice works really hard at Hebron. She's been here longer than I have. She opened this school. And I think she's a Hawk, so we support Hawks and we support each other however we can. And if this was this way I could help support her, then I was definitely going to make sure that we did that.
While Gallegos is extremely grateful for the fundraiser, she appreciates the little gestures just as much.
And a student give you like a big letter saying thank you for all you do, and you really think they don't notice what you're doing out there, but they do. I mean, when they give me a thank you card, I feel like, wow, I didn't even think that I'm exist here, And I feel, wow, I don't know how to explain how I feel.
Alice as a person is kind-hearted, and sometimes cases like this happen to the best people. And so the greatest thing is to be able to rally around her and support her in whatever that looks like or whatever she needs.
Reporting for Hawk TV, I'm Sophia Kraft. Now back to the studio.
Thanks, Sophia. Gallegos has completed radiation and is on 1 chemo medication until January. Her current scans show no sign of progression. We'll be right back with sports.
My senior ad turned out really good.
Sure.
My mom, she wrote me the sweetest message.
I guess I forgot to order my senior ad.
Welcome back. The volleyball team is currently undefeated in district. Ethan Thatcher gives us a story.
Tuesday night, the volleyball team took on Flower Mound, led by 6'4" middle blocker Lauren Cox.
Going into Flower Mound, we knew that we had to have our fast offense like we usually do because Lauren Cox, she's really tall and she will get there most of the time. And so we knew that when she wasn't going to get there, we had to go fast and we had to put the ball down first.
During the match, officials had to stop play due to Hebron's student section being too loud and rowdy, disrupting the Flower Mound timeouts and gameplay.
I talked to the girls in a timeout and I talked to them after the game. I don't believe in that emotional side. I've had teams, and I told my kids tonight, I've had teams get pegged with Jolly Ranchers during the game, and I don't stop it because I think teams that want to go far in playoffs have to learn to play in tough atmospheres. Personally, I think it's a great atmosphere to play in. Whether that was for us or against us doesn't matter. It just creates a lot of excitement, and we appreciate that. And I think that's the way Hebron plays best.
Well, us in particular, we try to stay focused. We try to stay in the game, like on the court. So we love the energy. We love it when everyone comes out. But I think it definitely got in the other team's head, and that helped us a little bit.
The team travels Friday night to take on Plano West, which is ranked at number 9 in the area by Dallas Morning News.
We're going to continue to work. We're trying to, not to give everything away, but we're trying to run some backcourt offense because we are not the biggest team in the district. We're one of the smallest teams. And so everything that we do, we have to do fast.
Reporting for Hawk TV, I'm Ethan Thatcher. Now back to the studio.
Thanks, Ethan. The football team won its first game of the season last Friday. Reese Woodhill brings us a story.
After finishing last season 2-8, the team started this season losing its first 2 games to Coppell and Denton Ryan. Last Friday, the team kicked off district play against Plano. The teams were tied at 28 at the end of regulation. But sophomore quarterback Clayton Toon scored a 1-yard run in the opening possession of overtime to win Hebron's first home game since 2013.
Everybody thinks we got our backs against the wall, but this team's a family, man. We get together, and no matter what, we stick together. And this week we had a lot of motivation to get a good start to district.
We were going to try to see if we, when we first got the ball there, we were going to try to see if we could maybe get a shot or two and get down. But when we jumped off sides in the first one, it meant it being 1st and 15. I just got on there because I only had one timeout left, and I said, they can't keep us. So I said, let's just run the clock out. Let's get to overtime. Their defense is more tired than ours is because they've been on the field the whole second half. Let's get this thing to overtime and let's go win this thing. And so that's what we did. That's why we ran the ball out.
After losing last year's homecoming game to Marcus in triple overtime, the Hawks travel to Marcus this week to take on the Marauders on Friday night.
Going to play Marcus next week, we have some momentum, and we know this team's getting off to a good start. We're really coming together now.
Just play tough, play hard, do what we did the past few weeks, just limit mistakes and play our game.
The game kicks off at Marauder Stadium at 7:30 p.m. Reporting for Hawk TV, I'm Reese Woodhill. Now back to the studio.
Thanks, Reese. That's it for today's broadcast. I'm Spencer Rojas. Have a great rest of your day.